This is Scott Becker with the Becker Business and the Becker Private Equity Podcast. We try and bring you twice a day rapid, efficient business briefings that talk about either a specific market issue or a specific business issue. We hope you enjoy these, and thank you for listening. Today's discussion is the 10,000 hour rule. So here's the issue. Much has been written about to get great in anything that you have to do 10,000 hours or 10,000 reps of something to really get good at it. And this has been well discussed. It's often a constant on Twitter about the 10,000 hours and the repetition and the grind and so forth. And I think there's a lot of truth to that, but I will tell you that there's almost a better take in it, and I forget whose book it was, where they talked about deliberate practice. So the real concept in 10,000 hours is you could do 10,000 hours of something and still be awful at it if you don't periodically look up and get advice and get thoughts and ideas. I have a friend of mine who only hits forehands in tennis. And so rather than doing deliberate practice, he's constantly working on that forehand and not making the effort to really work on the other parts of his game that are so important. So it's both the 10,000 hours plus deliberate practice plus feedback and expertise. Similarly, same friend is a really, really good athlete, but plays very inconsistent golf because he's not willing to really think about how he's got to improve and adjust. And that friend will remain nameless today. Similarly with myself, I could put in a lot of grind in something, but periodically, if I don't look up and get expert help, recently got expert help from a firm that audits podcasts and reviews podcasts and got advice on trying to make the podcast better and to improve the podcast. If I don't get that advice, I don't get better. Similarly, we're working on a project to make one of the books we wrote a bestseller. If I don't get clarity as to what it takes to do that, it's very hard to do it and do it right. I could put in a ton of effort, and a lot of it's meaningless unless doing it the right way. Again, the same concept with golf swings and everything else. If I'm not getting expert advice to go with the 10,000 hours, then I'm not really making any progress. So the reality of all this stuff is it's not just the 10,000 hours. It's 10,000 hours plus thinking and adjusting. That's today's discussion. Thank you for listening to the Becker Business, the Becker Private Equity Podcast. Do us a favor, if you can, go to Amazon and buy Scott Becker's new book, Building Great Businesses, Create Momentum, Scale with Confidence, Overcome Setbacks. That book's available for pre-order in hardcover on Amazon. We would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening to the Becker Business and the Becker Private Equity Podcast. And thank you to our producer, Chanel Bunger. Thank you very, very much.